Hello there! What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to be unboxing and building out the A-A5 speeder truck unit expansion for Star Wars Legion. This is another really big box. Also want to remind you guys, don't forget to enter that win that $25 Amazon gift card. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. That won't be enough to get you your own A-A5, but it'll go towards it, that is for sure. Here is the back of the box. If you were curious, I'm curious how you guys are planning on painting these things up. I kind of like the stripes kind of on the sides. I like that idea. I like the kind of the natural rebel colors there, but I'm also really tempted to kind of go a little crazy with this one. We've got, oh boy, we've got a lot of spruage on here. I think that's the term, right? Spruage, like raw spruage. Get it? We've got some of our clear plastic. We're going to take a look at that. We got that large gav base. Look at that beautiful thing. We got our little stand on the base because this one does hover a little bit. And we've got all of that good stuff. And that's about it in the box. So let's go ahead and see what we've got here. So this is good stuff, man. It's nice to see new things finally coming out for Legion. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had, you know, like a new wave. We do have the Kashyyyk wave that's, I think, going to start coming out as early as possibly next month. So that much is pretty cool. But look at this. So we've got, this is pretty cool detail in with all this. Is this the bottom, maybe? Okay, there's one sprue. Here's the next one inside the cockpit there. We've got some doors on the inside of this little medical hospital. Oh, look at the interior here. That's really detailed. Really detailed. I could see people wanting to, like, this is one of those times where I think maybe some people want to paint it on the sprue. I could definitely see people wanting to do that in this case. I think that's a cool idea. This is pretty big. This is pretty big. This was an unlikely addition to show up into the game also, because of the fact that he's never been seen on screen, and but I think they needed something to fit this role for the Rebels, and this one was in some of like the mobile games, and might even be in like some of the RPG source books. I'm not sure, but that much is pretty cool. I'm glad we have a way to get the Wookiees and the Fleet Troopers around a little bit easier now. That's cool. We've only got one piece of the clear plastic here. I'm gonna probably save that until everything is painted and stuff, because I don't want to get paint on the clear acrylic. I want my window in good working order. We've got our instructions here. And we're going to put this whole thing together too, so that much is cool. Let's take a look at our cardboard and all of that good stuff. Woo! All right, so we've got our proof of purchase. We got 4 shield tokens. We've got some damage. We've got our vehicle stuff, our commander token, which I still don't understand why we need the commander token, but that's okay. I mean, it's for field commander, but don't you already have one in the core set? Who knows? All right, there is the A-A5 speeder truck. We've got 75 points if you want to run it as is. Notice no weapon at the bottom. We've got armor. It's a hover ground. It has reposition. It's only speed 1, but it's a really big base, so speed 1's still going to work pretty well with it. It's got transport 1 closed. It's a full transport. Finally, the Rebels have something that can take a whole unit. And it's closed. It's weak point 2 for the rear, and the rear is pretty small on a base like this, right? That's a pretty small rear when you got so much else that's not the rear. You can take pilot. You got 2 crew, a hard point, and comms. White defense die, but defensive surge, which goes well with armor. 8 hull and 6 resilience. We've got a lot of upgrades here. If we want a cheaper gun, we can run that heavy laser retrofit. That's going to be a range 1 to 4. Pretty versatile there with for 16 points with critical 1. It's okay. I probably won't run that. I'll probably rather run this bad boy right here. That AG2G quad laser with 6, count them, 6 black dice. No offensive surge though, right? So I don't know what you're gonna like better, but I think this is pretty cool. It's got impact 2, 36 points, but this gives it a nice little punch. We've got Shriv here. who is going to be our field commander, and he is also going to allow, and he can go in any rebel heavy, so that's also pretty cool. So you don't have to run him just in the speeder truck, and then he can also give out a free dodge that, and then they can also gain a suppression token. I think that'll be really good with Jedi, so dodge will be good for that. We've got 2 copies of the Hotshot Pilot, and that's going to give you Sharpshooter 1. That's not bad. Hey, Sharpshooter 1's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We've got the Reckless Driver. This one is going to be 6 points. When you activate, perform a compulsory move. You cannot reverse. So compulsory, that's already going to get you so fast, right? I think this is incredibly good. For 6 points here, it just gives you so much more movement. But yes, and then the first time during your activation that you displace an enemy unit, roll a white defense die for each mini in the unit. That unit suffers a wound for each block result. That's just really, really funny. This is going to be the most fun way to run this truck, I think, is with this guy. We got 2 copies of the Outer Rim Speed Jockey, and we've seen that before, but that's still cool. We're going to get 2 copies of Refurbished Gonk Droid. You gain Shielded 2. What I don't understand is, well, I guess they give you 4 shield tokens. I mean, you can't run 2 copies of the same thing, but if you wanted to run one of these on here, and then maybe another one on, your land speeder, or something like that, I guess you could. Yeah, you could do that. So that's why they give you the extra shield tokens. You're probably not going to use all 4 shield tokens on the A-A5. But it's going to give you Shielded 2. And during the end phase, you can roll a red defense dice for each of your inactive shield tokens. For each block you roll, you're going to flip them. So you can recover, which is pretty cool, automatically too. So this is actually a really nice card. We're going to get 2 unstable R5 Astromechs. We're getting so many upgrades in here. This is a really good boost to the land speeder as well. At the end of your activation, perform an attack or move, then roll 3 black dice and suffer a wound for each hit and crit result. So, I mean, a free attack, right? Perform an attack or move. It's not an attack action. It's just performing another attack, which I think will work really, really nice with that big ol'. If you're going to spend the money on the big gun, see if you can roll the big gun twice. At least once, right? When it counts, that's cool. Actually, that'd be really nice on the land speeder as well. So it's going to be land speeder time. We've got a backworld medic here. Can only go in the A-A5. 12-point crew. As an action, you can now remove a wound or poison token from, or restore a mini. So basically, you can heal 1. You're transporting or in range 1 and in line of sight. Then roll 2 white defense dice. That unit gains suppression for each ink rolled. So that's just it's a medic without any limit of how many times they can heal. Well, I guess 6 is probably the normal limit since there's only 6 turns. Realistically, probably only 4 or 5 in most games, but still, that's pretty nice. We got the Unorthodox Tactician, 10 points. A-A5 speeder truck only. At the start of the activation phase, roll 3 defense dice for each block and surge result. Choose a different friendly unit that you are transporting or at range 1 to 3. Each of those units gains an aim token. This is a really, really nice thing for this. I mean, what a great support option here, just to hand out up to 3 aim tokens. You're probably going to get 3. That's really good. Onboard comms channel. During the issue order step, well, I mean, you have a pretty good chance of getting 3. You might get 1 blank every other time. During the issue order step of the command phase, you may either you're issued an order, you may also issue an order to unit you are transporting, and of course the linked targeting array. We've seen that one before also. So these are this is a lot of upgrades. We got a lot of that good stuff. Let's go ahead and build out that mini. All right, so I've got things punched out now. We're going to start with step 1 on the back. There's a little minor mistake that I've noticed, but nothing particularly major. So we're going to be starting with this here, which is kind of the base. We're going to have the walls that are going to sort of kind of go in right here. Now, there's not a snap-in part for those, so those are going to kind of just touch corner to corner. So you're going to want to make sure you put some good glue on there. As always, I'm using Tamiya Ultra Thin. It's a kind of gives you a little error correction time if something doesn't go perfectly well in there. We're going to have this kind of piece go on the back here, just making sure that that fits in. I didn't put any glue on yet. This back corner can be kind of loose and tricky and everything, so one of the things I like to do is get it in there first and then put this on top, and that will kind of hug it in so there's no light well, there's mostly no light showing from me underneath that. Looks like the front part will stick out just a hair there, but that kind of looks how it looks in the instruction manual, so it should be kind of like that. Now, before we do everything else, there's a couple other things too. There's some guns. You've got your rifles here that can go on here, and you can kind of glue those in however you want. You don't have to glue those in if you just want spare rifles. Maybe you want them laying on the floor. You got a little bit of flexibility on things that you want to do with that, but there's just only 2, and that's there to kind of indicate that some of them have been taken. You're gonna have a door. The door's gonna come in 2 parts. You've got this and this right here, and those are gonna go together. And you have your actual door, which will go inside here, and bada bing, bada boom, kind of like so. And that's gonna go in here this way. However, no, I had it right the first time. There we go. That's going to go like that. I want to point out that you don't have to put the door in here. You can totally, this is why I dry fit, right? Just make sure it's going to work. Like, you can totally put these together without the door in there and do like so. And I think maybe that's how I'll do it. Maybe this is a friendly driver who welcomes company. Maybe, you know, that's what's going on. He wants to talk with everybody's like, so how you guys doing? I'm driving you into the war zone today. You know, hopefully you guys make it, right? Hopefully nobody gets blown up. Right? Hey, hopefully that Darth Vader's not out there, right? Have you seen his lightsaber? That thing will cut you in half. We've got some of our these right here. We're gonna go in, and those are just the little oh crap rails in case we go over some bumpy terrain. So those will go in at that point. But before I put all the other stuff in, because those are basically the pieces, we just wanted to make sure you see how they're going to go in. I think it's important to do the cockpit first, because right here, if you're looking at this, you've got this whole cockpit sub-assembly step to go right there. And I think it's going to be a lot easier to put the cockpit in first before you put all these walls up around it. So you know, big old banana hands like me can't fit fingers and fiddly bits in there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to work on the cockpit first. So we're going to put our chair's going to go right there. That goes in. We've got our other chair bits. You know, this will go in on top of that. Just doing the dry fit portion right now, making sure it works. That's going to go on top of there. This part will go right here. And there is one little error, right? That I'm noticing here too. This part right here for A10, it shows kind of like these cutouts on the side part, but the actual piece is like so, and has a round hole instead of a cutout hole. So this is the A10 part. It's got these, it looks confusing because I almost didn't recognize the piece, but basically it's going to go in like so. It's going to go in right there. It's going to allow this dashboard to go on top of it, like so, right there. It's going to allow that to go on top like that, and then you'll take these triangular bits, and they're going to go kind of on the side like that. And I'll just go ahead and glue everything down, and we'll see how it looks. Alrighty, so we've got that whole part done. This is the interior of the cockpit. I did leave the door out, and I've gone and glued everything together. This all actually went in real nice. I made sure to apply lots of extra to like the seams, but once the back piece went in, it kind of brought everything together, making sure to put a little extra on these sides as well. But yeah, it's starting to feel really nice in the hand. It's like, I love the interior detailing here. So that's good. The next step is step 2 for the doors. This part, pretty self-explanatory. We're going to get the door parts. We're going to get these parts, and then we're going to get these parts here. And these are going to go on, and we can choose to have them, whoop, well, this is the bottom part. We can choose to have them open or closed, and I'm going to do one of each. I've already put one together here, and this is the closed version. We'll put an open one together also, and then yeah, and then we'll move on to the next step, which is going to be the back, the vehicle sub thruster assembly here. So we're going to be getting these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces and putting them together to make the back. Let's take a look at that. All right, so we're going to do the next two parts. I got 31 here. This is just going to go in the back like so, in the back like so, and this part, yeah. So we want the two little pieces right there to go down and into that. Oh, I probably want, this is what we dry fit first. I probably want this in first, so this way these can get on there and, oh wait, there we go. All right, got it in, and we want these to go on. Yeah, they want to go on. They have to go on next because they won't fit in there otherwise. Okay, so that's the back. I'll glue that here in a minute, and but we're going to do the undercarriage too, which is just this piece, this little. It's like a groomer. Oh my gosh, this is like it's like a guard. Anyway, and then we put these under here, and these like that, and then we're going to move on to the roof after that. All right, so next up is the roof, and this one's going to have a lot of changes to it because it shows a roof with only 2 holes, but this one has 8 holes. This is the piece you actually want as this bottom one here, and of course the top is mostly going to look the same. So this is going to go on. Wait, no, the top is yeah, like this. No, yeah. Like that. Yeah, there we go. This part is a little open right here in the back, but that's what this other part is for, right? And so the 21 and 23 are drastically changed, because 21, it shows a whole piece. This one has 2 holes now, and 23, it was just a rim, but this one also has 2 holes. So it's going to go like that, and that's going to go into here, and you're going to do that before you put this down. So it's going to go kind of like, there we go. That's the whole thing, right? And then, oh, there's a 29, there's a little antenna. I don't know where this is supposed to go. It just kind of, oh, I guess it goes off to the side. Oh, it goes right here. There it goes. Boop, boop, boop. That's the top. Of course, you want to glue it. I'm not going to be gluing the top onto the whole thing, but the next step is to put it together. And we'll be doing a gun on here in a minute. I think I'll do the quad. So yeah, let's put the whole thing together now. Okay, so I've got this. I'm going to put this on about right there. I think that's, yeah, that's right where that goes in. Okay, cool, cool. That's going to go into the bottom about right in here. Oh, yep, there we go. Snaps nice and good. There we go. Now we're putting the sides on. There we go. Oh wait, no, we gotta put the back on first, don't we? Yeah, I gotta put the back on before we put the sides on. There we go. Now the sides. Oh yes, it's starting to come together. It's getting chunkier and chunkier. And then the side right in there. Oh yes. Look at that. That's how she's gonna look. Oh my goodness. That's really nice. And then the top. The top will go about like that. So now it's just time to figure out what gun assembly and driver configuration we want to do. All right, so I've put everything on here. I've not glued the top on. This is super cool. You can just pick it up on the back and pop it off anytime you want to look in there, paint, or put your driver in. This part is going to sit right on there. The top kind of holds it in place. So I don't think I'm going to glue either of those. You could magnetize them if you want, but they go in really easy. Like, I don't think there's any need, you don't even need to magnetize unless you're super awesome with magnetism. That much is super cool. Last step is a driver, which you'll probably paint separately if you're painting him. If you're putting a driver in there, which you probably will. And that's another cool reason also to kind of not glue this. So if you ever get another, like a 3D printed Copilot or some other fun sitting minis, you want to put them in there, you can do that. I'm going to go with the quad laser, and so I just put that out, and that's going to go together pretty self-explanatory. And then we'll put everything in and see how it looks when finished. All right, so we are about done. I'm going to just drop this guy. Oh, look, he goes in there real nice. I'm not gluing him yet because I'll probably pull him out when I get to painting, but that's good enough. Well, he's going to rattle around a little bit there. That's what made him a reckless driver. He got rattled around a little bit too much. I get my quad turret on top. Boom. Look at that. She's a beaut. This is a really, really well designed piece. I think this might be like the best piece that we've seen come out in Legion. This is probably one of the best miniatures in a long time, and not just as far as how cool it looks, but how well it's designed to be functional and stuff, and to allow you the modding ability that you want to do to it, and so much. I really love it. I really love it. Like the fact that I have the door open in there, you know, that if I can stick my finger in there and be like, "Hey, Mr. Driver, please don't take me to combat. Let's go to Las Vegas instead and have some margaritas." So yeah, let's put it on the base here. Boop. All right. There we go. There she is. That's the A-A5 speeder truck. A pretty huge piece. I mean, there's a little Anakin right next to it, even though he's not a rebel. But that's a big old piece. A big, big, big heavy. All right, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing and help make this channel possible. If you're interested in learning more about Patreon or some of the other links, like following me on social media, where I'll be posting some of the photos as I get to painting on these, there's links in the description below. Jump in Discord. Be a part of our community there. We have a fantastic Discord community. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, and as always, have a great day.